How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about why bad things happen, why we go through difficulties, why we go through heartache, why there's failure, so much pain in the world, and how they're actually for you, and how you can use that to raise your vibration and be in a positive state. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, we're going to say that word over and over and over again, really charge ourselves up with that frequency. And then as we're holding our breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. All right, well, we're going to do another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear today to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And then once you exhale, to take all of that with it, leaving you in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So I was reading a quote, and it's one of those quotes where it talks about where someone asked for strength, and so they were given difficult times, and that they asked for wisdom, and then they were given difficult times. And I was thinking about that analogy or that example of how when we want something, we don't get the thing that we want initially. We are gifted a way to earn it. But when you start thinking about the tough things that are happening in your life, maybe it's your family, maybe it's something personal with you, maybe it's your job, maybe it's financial, maybe it's your health, like all these difficult things that we go through, we wonder, why would we ask for that? Why would I ask for this illness? Why would someone ask for like a mental illness? Or why would someone ask for a handicap? Or why would someone ask for any of the pain that seems to happen in this world? And the explanation or the answer that I have for myself that I think is really powerful, and this is a perspective that I think can be really uplifting. The fact is that you are something more than this version of you that we see, this version of you that we think we are, like this Henry that I think I am, and the you that you think you are is just a piece of what you ultimately are. In fact, you are an energy, a being that is trying to grow. So it makes sense that we would come to a place that is full of difficult trials. And if we know what to do, that's how we can shift to make them something positive. You see, if you just go through life experiencing things, feeling the pain, feeling the hurt, just really receiving on that sense, things are going to hurt and it's not going to make sense. And we don't have a lot of things that teach us what to look for early on. And so we just think that that's what life is. But when we start thinking that there's more to this and that the answer, the solution, the reward is not necessarily here, like externally, but it's internally where our energy is, our frequency is, then it starts changing the way you perceive something. You see, this life, this short experience that we have on this planet isn't everything. Then it takes the pressure of trying to be what it is that we're trying to be at all times. It takes the pressure of something bad happening because that takes away some of our time when you have infinity. So if you want knowledge, then you're probably going to have to go through experience of where it's not. If you want strength, then you're going to have to go through an experience where it's not. If you are only knowledgeable because you're surrounded by people that are giving you knowledge or experiences that are giving you knowledge, then you are only a reflection of that experience. If you are only strong because you're surrounded by strength and everyone around you is strong and you're financially strong and all those things, then you are just a reflection of those things. And it's not bad to be in the company of great things. In fact, what we're around, we tend to emulate and be, but we don't want to be just the reflection of something. We want to be it ourselves. And I believe that what you are and what I am at the base is a creator. Meaning however our energy works, it just creates. It just absorbs and creates it. Whatever you think, you create more of it. Whatever you believe, you create more of it. And that's what we do over and over and over again. We can't stop doing that. So if you want strength, like if you truly want to have it, you have to create it. Nobody can give it to you. People can tell you how, they can show you the way, they can be the example, but nobody can give it to you. It's the same with wisdom. It's the same with forgiveness. It's the same with love. Like all these attributes that we really admire and respect and want, nobody can actually give them to you. If you are hurting, you have to solve it for you. That doesn't mean people can't do nice things and people can't offer helping hands and people can't be supportive. Of course they can. But that's just helping you. If you want to be it, then you have to find it within yourself. And if you decide at this moment, you know what? I am not just Henry. I am not just me. I'm not just this person that is experiencing life, that is the accountant, that is the doctor, that is this. Like, that is not what I am. I am an energetic being that is here to grow. And every single thing, every single challenge is meant for me to get the opposite. If you're in pain, then you're looking to find love. If you're hurting, then you're looking for the opposite for it. Whatever you're struggling with, the opposite is on the other end of it. And you want more love. You may not realize it, you may not even know it, but you want that high frequency because there's no better feeling. There's no better feeling than inner peace, love, and acceptance of everything that's going around. When the external world cannot impact your internal state, there is no better feeling at that. When you can only give love and healing to other people, there is no better feeling than that. So if you don't have that, then that's your quest. And if you're wondering, how do I get there? Think about the things that you are struggling with the most. Practice gratitude. Be accepting of these things aren't happening to me. These things are happening for me. You can be the greatest you that you could ever imagine. There is nothing that isn't possible for you. But if we shift that just a little bit and not worry so much about the material things that we can accomplish using the law of attraction, using gratitude, like those things work for the material. There are plenty of people that are millionaires and billionaires that are depressed, that are unhappy, that don't have that fulfillment. In fact, they're fulfilling themselves with material things that we admire. If you shift your goal to finding that inner peace, to how could you be at peace no matter what is going on? How could you love those around you no matter what is going on? How can you forgive those around you no matter what is going on? When you become that person, you realize how great things are. And you may have had brief moments of that. Maybe it was after you won something, maybe you achieved this huge accomplishment. It could be from a material thing, but you have this brief moment where everything is okay. You couldn't be mad at anybody, and we hang on to it for just a moment. Now just imagine if that was your frequency at all times. If you were always in that high level state. Deep down, that's where we want to be. That's who we can be, and that is the ultimate goal for us, to go through this life, this unique experience that you have, the unique experience that I have. There is no comparison. Nobody is doing something better. No career choice is better. No amount of money is better. No health thing is better. No, the way someone looks is not better. Of course, there's things that we like and we admire and those things, but those are all material and those only last for a few moments. In the endless abundance of your energy, it's a speck, it's a blink, it's a wink, it's something that we won't take with us. So focus on your internal state. If you decide right now, if you're the one that makes a decision, everything happens for me. All these difficult things that I'm going through are for me. That doesn't make them easier, but it can make your internal state shift a little bit to figure out, how can I grow from this? How can I forgive in this? How can I love through this? That doesn't mean the external things don't have consequences. It doesn't mean if people are hurtful that you have to stay around them. You can forgive somebody and let them go. In fact, that's the true version of letting someone go. If you don't forgive them and you hold on to something painful, you are keeping it alive within you. And I know that's not the goal, but that's what you do when you don't let something go. So all the pain, all the horror, all the trauma, all the difficult things that we see in the news, that we read in the newspaper, that we hear about that's going on in the world, the war, the financial issues, all of that is for you to find inner peace, to allow you to be the highest version of you. The highest version of you can go in the most difficult circumstances and feel inner peace. So that means you have to go through the most difficult circumstances to learn how to have inner peace. You cannot get it anywhere else. You cannot go to the most comfortable, the most loving, the safest place and truly understand how to love, because that's conditional. The conditions that you needed for you to be that way have to exist. But if you can go where they're not and have it, then you can have it there and you can have it where it exists. So that's how you truly have it. So everything on this earth is specifically meant for you to be the most healed, loving version of yourself. Unfortunately, we don't all go on that path. And I know you're thinking about so many people that cause so much pain, cause so much hurt. And it's so easy to focus on them. Be like, well, what about them? If I start becoming peaceful, I start loving and forgiving everybody, they're going to take advantage of me. That's small thinking. That's not thinking about the abundance of your energy, of it being so much more than this experience. If you knew without a doubt that your energy went beyond this experience, that after this life is over, your energy continues, it grows, it's even more powerful, you would not worry about what someone did to you here. And on the flip side of that, if nothing happens, if you die and it's just over, you still should not worry about what happens to you here, because when it ends, it ends. And we know people that operate at peace, people that love other people, and they feel good on the inside, that should be the goal. So stop worrying about other people. Stop allowing the other things to bring you down and allow them to bring you up. You can either let that pressure push you down to the ground, lower your frequency, beat you up, and let you think that you're less than. Or you can see the challenge, allow that tension, allow that pressure to make you stronger, to make you grow in your faith, in your energy, all the powerful things, and be the rising tide that lifts all ships. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and got you thinking about what you can do to be the best version that you can be, and also how everything is here for you to be the most loving and caring version of you. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link in the description. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. So I appreciate all the follows there. And of course, Instagram is the best place for direct messages. So thank you so much for everybody that has reached out and let me know how the podcast has impacted them. If you are someone that has listened to this podcast for a while, and I'm going to pause for a second so you just don't miss this part, because I'm really looking for your feedback. If you wouldn't mind, you can either shoot me an email down below, there's my email address, or you can send me a message on Instagram. I'm wondering what would be the next best thing if I were to start a small group or something like that. Like, what is it that you would like to see to help you build your positive mindset? Would you like it could be something like a closed group with a certain amount of individuals where we do maybe group meditations and positive mindset coaching in a group setting, more one-on-one opportunities. Like, what is it that I can do to help all of you raise your vibration along with me as we go on this journey together? Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.